A nation divided, states leaving the Union, families turning against each other, and a war that would decide the future of the United States. At the center of it all, one man. This is the story of the Civil War, and the president who refused to let the nation fall apart. Abraham Lincoln was not born into power. He was born in 1809 in a small log cabin in Kentucky. His childhood was marked by poverty, hard labor, and limited education. Books were rare. Opportunities were few. But Lincoln taught himself, reading by candlelight, studying law, and slowly building a life through determination. Before becoming president, he was a lawyer, a congressman, and a man deeply concerned about the future of the country, especially one issue: slavery. When Lincoln was elected in 1860, the country was already on edge. Southern states feared that slavery would be abolished. Within months of his election, states began to leave the Union. The nation was breaking apart. In 1861, war began. The American Civil War had started. It would become the deadliest conflict in American history. Lincoln faced an impossible task: preserve the Union, while leading a divided nation through war. Lincoln's presidency was defined by crisis. Battle after battle, loss after loss, criticism from all sides. Many doubted his leadership, but Lincoln remained steady. He listened, he learned, and he adapted. In 1863, he made one of the most important decisions in American history: the Emancipation Proclamation. It declared that enslaved people in Confederate states were free. The war was no longer just about preserving the Union. It was about freedom. The Civil War devastated the nation. Hundreds of thousands of lives were lost. Cities were destroyed. Families were divided. But slowly, the tide turned. Union forces began to gain ground. And in 1865, the war came to an end. The Union had survived. Slavery was abolished. But the cost was immense. Just days after the war ended, tragedy struck. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, shot while attending a play at Ford's Theater. The nation had lost its leader. At the moment it needed him most. Lincoln's legacy would live on, but the future of the country remained uncertain. After Lincoln's death, power passed to Andrew Johnson, a Southern Democrat who supported the Union. Johnson faced the challenge of rebuilding the nation, a period known as Reconstruction. But his presidency was filled with conflict. He clashed with Congress over how to rebuild the South. He opposed many protections for formerly enslaved people. And in 1868, he became the first U.S. president to be impeached. The country had survived war, but peace was proving just as difficult. The Civil War changed everything. It ended slavery. It preserved the Union. And it reshaped the identity of the United States. But it also left scars that would last for generations. The next era would bring rebuilding, growth, and new challenges, because the story of America was far from over.